Select a memory. Select.
Select your character.
We're back with this. It's Tails. This is story time.
Here I come, Sonic!
Oh yeah, that's right. I stopped after the first cutscene.
You're lucky I saw you come down. So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah, it's just that I'm testing a new prototype power supply, and it's not fully compatible yet.
You can
Isn't it a Chaos Emerald?
the tornado if you want.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run straight
Isn't that weird that Sonic just has a plane?
power supply.
Sonic does not strike me as the kind of person who enjoys recreational piloting.
Find one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They have unlimited
I don't know. I feel like on his off time he's just taking a nap or something, or eating a chili dog, or running fast.
Let's go to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins.
He doesn't strike me as someone who's just like, you know what?
Go to the station
I want to fly a plane.
and get there in no time.
Maybe that's why it feels so weird, where he's just like, you can borrow my plane, Tails. It's like, wait, what? That's your plane? And you have to give Tails permission to fly it? It's not like, you know, you don't just ask Tails. It's like, hey, Tails, can you fly me somewhere? Alright. Not what I wanted to do. Hello? Hit the button. Jump over the rail. I seriously can't jump over the railing? I guess they don't want me to do the thing. No, that's back to the pool. Which door is the door? There's the door. The door, that's the door. What are we doing? Well, I guess we're doing the stages in order. Or maybe not. What was Sonic's second sage? He did, was that in the ruins? I think that was in the ruins. I guess I was just right near the tip, so I could have done it, but, alright. So it's like over this way. Wait, I gotta get the artifact first. I gotta get the key. Oh yeah, cutscene.
Well, if it isn't Sonic and Tails.
I'm just thinking about what Cheka Conroy says about Tails' story, how Eggman sounds more menacing. It's probably because each person's story is like them telling the story. And because Tails is like younger or less experienced than Sonic, he's like more afraid of Eggman. So he depicts Eggman as more scary. Considering it's the same, like, pretty sure it's the same cutscene, like basically the same cutscenes, but with like Tails instead of Sonic saying things. That it probably is very intentional that they did it that way. Because, like, they already have Eggman voice lines recorded, so why would they need ones that just sound more menacing and play them only 4 Tails? I guess I should say only 2 Tails, because he only has 2 Tails. He's not 4 Tails, or 9 Tails. What if they came out with a 9 Tails evolution that's just called 10 Tails? It's like how Scarlet and Violet had an evolution for Dunsparce that's just Dunsparce. I can't believe they did that. It's like I know Dunsparce was one of those Pokemon that's just like, man, this Pokemon really needs an evolution. And then they gave it an evolution, and the evolution is just like a big joke. It's just like, hey, yeah, it's the same Pokemon, but now his name is Dunsparce, and his tail is 1 or 2 segments longer, you know, depending on which one you find. It could be 1 segment, but it could also be 2. He's not gonna get away with this. You mean Tails? You mean the kid that's kicking your butt? If only this were like the 2D games where you could just damage a boss when it's not, you know, otherwise unable to be contacted. You know, in a state of don't touch it. I mean, I guess that's basically what this is, because, you know, it would just... Yeah! Don't know what that move is, but he did it! He flailed! So we should just call him Flails, not Tails. That's his medieval counterpart. Probably Sonic and the Secret Rings probably has that. Man, I'm sad that Sonic and the Secret Rings and, like, Sonic and the Black Knight aren't good games. I think one of them is better than the other, but I don't remember which one. I think it's the Secret Rings is the better one. It's like that, like putting Sonic characters in a medieval setting sounds fun, and it actually inspired me to. I was gonna say like make my Olga. I didn't make it. I just had, you know, like ideas for it. Just generated ideas for it, and I could barely even say that much because I only came up with like 3 characters for it. But like a Sonic, you know, like a Rush style Sonic, I guess is what it's called. You know, that the Sonic and the Secret Ring style where like, you know, you're running. It's like the 2D games, but you're running. You know, it's over the shoulder, so the camera's behind Sonic instead of beside him. So you're running behind him, or following behind him. You know, running forward, and then there's like left and right. It's like you basically it's like lane based. You can switch lanes. I mean, I don't know if that's what the Rush style Sonic is. That's just what I'm imagining it as being. I think that's what those ones are like. Maybe not like Colors, which I think is also like a Rush style game. Oh, no, just Boost. That's what I'm thinking of. Because they have the boost meter. Yeah, basically just it's like that, but you get other characters that have their own abilities and different ways of like interacting with. Well, okay, that's an exaggeration. I was just thinking of like, you know, you get a guy who's like Sonic but with a sword, you know, a fast guy, but he slashes, and then like a big guy who's like big and heavy armor, and he's basically your Knuckles. He's big and strong and plows through enemies. Anyway, can I get my key now and go to the next level now? Oh, I can't fly with it. I like how zippy flying feels. But yeah, and then I think I want to say I had like 2 more characters. One would basically be like Tails, but with gadgets, because you know Tails is the gadget guy, and flight and stuff. So it'd be like a mechanical version of Tails, as opposed to, you know, Tails flying with his tails, which is biological. And then I believe the 4th one would be like an alien who had, I think, mechanical bug wings, and maybe not, I don't know. I know there's a really good skip in this level, but I don't know where it is. And all I know is that you jump off the side. And I don't want to do that all the time, because you need to know where you're going. And I don't. So I'm just going to do it where I know I can land on the ground. And not take a risk any other place. Come on, go through the rings. Through the... Oh, well, I'm not dead yet. Now I'm dead. All right, Tails! You're dead! Yeah, I'm just gonna... Bye! Oh, hey, wait, I see more level. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna land safely. Yeah, there we go. We're at the end of where I was gonna be. Except I fell and died. So I did it right. Whee! You know, those flight boosters always remind me of Sonic Riders, because that was the first Sonic game I played that... excuse me! That had them. You made it! Please stop zigzagging, that's cheating! Yeah, I think it's just kind of weird to see them in a 2D game, or a 3D game. Where am I supposed to go with that? I don't know. Hello? Oh! Oh!
Come on, Tails. You made it.
Whoop.
See you later, Tails.
How about I take this instead? Whee! Take that. Take that. Who am I saying take that to? I don't even know. Whoa. Okay, speed shoes and... Whee! Okay, I see the spring there. I know to land on that. Hey, how about instead of there... Oh, there's a checkpoint there. I should probably grab that. I'm just gonna keep doing this. As long as I see ground below me. What could possibly go wrong? This is either speedrunner's favorite level or least favorite level, because it's probably the most fun to break, or the most boring because you're just you're just floating slowly down to where you know you're supposed to land, because you're a speedrunner and you've practiced it a billion times, so you can get it right every time. Uh-oh, no, not again, no, no, I didn't hit the checkpoint. That Chaos Emerald was there. Whoop! Uh-oh! 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 I didn't hit any of the rings! I ran out of... I seriously game overed on this. Whoops! I want to say the same happened in the Runaway Guys Let's Play, but, definitely don't remember for sure.
You should be able to find a shortcut that can fly.
You made it.
Try and find it. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Tikal, for giving me the tip that I already learned from YouTube. Okay, well, I made my progress back. That's cool. Yoop. Now don't die. Whoosh. So those are cool. Yeah, because I've never played this game before, so my first time experiencing those was in the Sonic Riders games. Well, really just game. Really just the one. I only had Zero Gravity. I didn't know they had one that was before that. It's a running trend, is that I didn't know Sonic games existed beyond the ones I had. So yeah, I really only knew Zero Gravity. And that has, you know, if you don't know, that has different vehicle types, which each get their own different ways of taking the shortcuts. Wow, what are you doing, camera? Was Lackey 2 in control of this camera too? Ah, no. Where is the I hate this level just because of the wind makes no sense. I hate sky levels. Wind makes no sense. Anyway. Yeah, there's certain vehicle types that they can take shortcuts by going through those rings. Well, first they take off through a ramp, but then they go through the rings, and that's how they find the shortcut. That's probably the shortcut they mean when they're like, you can take shortcuts if you fly. The stupid thing about this level is that I'm supposed to be beating Sonic there, so I can't just stop and look for where the emerald is, or else Sonic may rubber band and catch me. Okay, I saw it. It's back here. There. This level type also reminds me of level types in Shadow the Hedgehog that are... Some of the missions are... So basically every level in Shadow the Hedgehog, you know, with some exceptions of course, has 3 missions. Like a good, an evil, and a neutral. And some of them are, you know, their neutral is just like get to the end. But, there are some levels where you actually are racing... I don't know if the character is ever different, but definitely Sonic. There are some levels where you gotta beat Sonic to the beat him to the end. And that reminds me of that, which, you know, makes sense because it's probably based on that. You know, Shadow the Hedgehog is probably, you know, taking inspiration from that. Get the thing.
Go to Station Square. You may
Station Square. I may find something. Whoa. I bet it's Amy. But we're gonna get there. We'll get... Man, Tails looks really shiny here for no reason. He shouldn't be shiny, he's furry. Fur isn't really shiny. I mean, I guess he's just got a lot of conditioner or something. Should probably cut back on the conditioner. It's probably bad for you. Station Square, you may find something. Casino, I guess? Wait! Oh yeah, and he gets tired real quickly. Yeah, casino. Why do I have to come to Station Square for the tip to change to go to the casino? Could you imagine if the hint system at Metroid Prime was like, you know, you're over in Phendrana and you just got the booster. You just got Boost Ball. And then it's like, hey, you should go to Talon Overworld. And then you get to Talon Overworld and then the hint is like, hey, you should get the Space Jump boots. Yeah, you made it too, Sonic. I can't believe it. Yep. Well, watch your balls. So hey, here's a Pokemon Emerald update for you. I beat the Psychic Gym. Man, that Soul Rock was a pain in the butt. Cause, you know, I think I said last time like, oh, I'll probably be okay because I got Ghost type moves and I got Dark type moves. Yeah, guess what type my Pokemon were that had those moves. Well, one was normal, so okay, not too foolish of me to be confident. But that was on an under-level Pokemon. And then, guess what else I had? Steel. Guess what Soul Rock is? It's supposed to be the sun. I don't know its exact typing. Wow, that was easy. It was a bajillion times easier than the last level, because it didn't have stupid wind turbines that are like, hey, I'm going to blow you up into the air, and if you don't know where you're landing, you're just going to die. Also, I'm not going to point the camera towards anything that you could possibly land on, so good luck! And Sonic Drift Racing was added to the list? What? Okay. But, yeah, I don't know Soul Rock's exact typing, but it's basically, a Psychic Fire Rock. 2 of those 3 are its type. And I don't know which thing. That's great. Get some water.
What's that? The Chaos Emerald!
See, at least Tails was trying to get the emerald. Although, now that I think about it, it's probably exactly what Sonic was doing when he got sprayed in the face too, so I don't know. But, yeah. Soul Rock, you know, I expected to just be like, okay, well, here's a Ghost-type move, and then he dies. Well, it wasn't quite that easy, because he was pretty strong. Like, even my normal-type Pokemon with no weaknesses to its moveset still went down in, like, 2 hits.
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe.
Are you sure about that?
Desperate.
Are you sure the other one is safe?
Emerald count is 2-1 and Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, you don't say. But get a move on to where? Yeah, I was just looking at my controller again. It's like, you better not have disconnected again. Well, I just remembered that they dropped that this spawned in miraculously. I guess someone threw it out their window. We'll go back to Mystic Ruins. We'll go to Ice Place. We'll do some snowboarding, I bet. No, that's the pool. Don't want to drop ice cubes in the pool. That's too cold. Like, pools are supposed to be refreshing on a hot day, but not too cold. So you don't want to get in. But then, hey, so I forgot to get. I guess I forgot to get to my point with what I was saying about like, hey, guess what types guess what defenses I had? Steel. And Solrock is fire. You know, he knows fire, all fire move. So, you know, under-leveled plus super effective move equals you're probably going to die in one hit. And they did. My Steel-type Pokemon did. And then, so it's like, okay, well, I'll just pull out Marshtomp. He's water ground. He should be able to take the fire. Guess what else he had? He had Solar Beam, which is apparently grass. I was not expecting that. And I think it also gets stronger during sunny days. You know, if it uses the move Sunny Day. Which he had. So he had like a Fire Beam. He had Solar Beam, Sunny Day to make Solar Beam stronger. And Psychic. Which I don't think anyone I had was weak to. But it was still strong. Took my Loudra down in like 2 hits. Or at least down to half health with 1 hit. I don't think my Loudra died. It was a pretty brutal fight. I should have been more prepared. Should have leveled better. Yeah, there we go. Now we're snowboarding. Do a 360. Come on, 360, 360, 360. All right, fine. Yeah, Sonic, it's an avalanche. We probably shouldn't be competing right now. We should be trying to survive. I totally love this Crash Bandicoot camera. There we go. I just had to diss the camera and then it would switch back around. Yeah, the Lunatone wasn't too much trouble. I took that down in like 2 uses of Shadow Ball. But it was that freaking Solrock. It's like, dang. And here I was, just like, you know, not only was I like, oh, well, I'll be fine because I got dark moves and a ghost move. But also, it's like, oh, well, the gym leaders only have 2 Pokemon because it's a double battle, and double battles never have any more than 2 Pokemon. You know, 1 per double battle slot, basically. Yeah, that freaking Solrock. I bet if I were more prepared, that would have been a disappointing fight, but I wasn't, so it was exciting. I thought that was Sonic for a moment, and then I realized that's not even close. Hey, thanks. Thanks for acknowledging my super move, my cool spin trick. Man, this is totally like a stage in 1080 Avalanche. That's like there's like a fighter jet goes by and it causes an avalanche. You gotta get to the bottom before the avalanche catches up with you. Man, I gotta replay 1080 Avalanche. That's a cool game. No pun intended, because it's always, whenever I'm talking about something that's ice or snow, I always end up saying it's cool. And I don't even mean to say that. I don't even mean for the pun, and it just happens. It's too easy. It's like annoyingly easy to do that. We're gonna touch the emerald. Yeah! So anyway, and then, yeah, beat the gym. I can use dive now. I forgot, I forget if I said, my plan was going to be to teach dive and waterfall to a Tentacool. I forgot that the Tentacool I caught was before I lost my data. So, I don't have a Tentacool anymore. But I did catch a Spheal earlier than, you know, before beating that gym. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Spheal. I like Spheal. Apparently it evolves, and I didn't realize Spheal evolves. But it doesn't stay a ball, so I don't care. I'm not gonna train it up. I didn't realize this was where I was going. I just ran over here instinctively, I guess. He doesn't chuckle, that's what's up.
What are you doing, Knuckles?
Don't mess with me now. Just hand over the emeralds you have. Quick.
But why?
Knuckles.
You gotta explain yourself. Oh no! Tails hit me in the head. What am I gonna do? It's not like I'm Knuckles and I don't chuckle at being hit.
Give it your best shot.
You give it your best shot.
Oh no.
Hit you with my tails and win. Ah, I was hoping the victory animation would be affected by me having done a tail swipe right as it finished. Oh yeah, that's what happened to our other emerald. Knuckles knocked it out of my pocket and then he lost his.
You two are fumbling idiots. You know that. Hey, those are
So anyway,
the chaos.
yeah, I've been diving around. I quickly realized that the ones on the route that you do before the psychic gym seem to all just lead to shards, which you just end up trading for evolution stones. And I got no use for that, so I'm not gonna keep going down there to pick them up. And then just exploring around. That's you got it. You gotta get the rest of the emeralds out before you say count them, Eggman. Don't count your emeralds before they're out of the basket or whatever. And I'm trying way too hard to remember the order of events here when it doesn't really matter. I went to the next town, not even realizing that would be where the next gym is. And the gym was closed. It was like, well, alright, I'll come back later, I guess. Guess they want me to explore further down the route. So I went and did that, and it was like, oh, well, I guess they want me to find where Team Magma went. So I guess it's probably further down on the route or something. And then I was exploring underwater, and then it's like, oh, here's the submarine that they stole. It's like, oh, okay, underwater cave apparently is where they went. And I am here now just because I was exploring. So that's kind of funny. Ow. Give me ring. Nope, yep. There we go. So I did underwater cave, and then Groudon was there, and then he was gone, and then I went into the place where he moved to, which was like the Cave of the Past or something like that. That's Earthbound, isn't it? That's what it's called, in Earthbound. But yeah, Pokemon people know that cave. So yeah, the people who don't know that cave probably don't care if I get the name right or wrong. I know I wouldn't. But I was gonna try. I did try to catch a Groudon, and he was kind of high level, so I'm kind of scared off. And I'm gonna go try to catch up to his level first, because I would have to do that anyway for the next gym, because I was under level for the last gym, and I barely beat the Soul Rock. Everything else was fine, but I'm just gonna be sure to be more prepared for the next gym, which is water. I'm assuming things are going to be like level 45, level 50. And you know what? Because I've explored basically the whole world now anyway, I might as well just shoot for like level 60, which is like around the champions level, I think, from what I saw on Cerebi. So that's the idea right now. I'm gonna try to get up to at least level 45 before I go try to catch Groudon. And as you might be wondering, if you know your Pokemon games, well, you should just use the Master Ball. Well, I don't plan on going out of my way to catch all the Pokemon, but I like to keep things in place just in case I decide to do that later. So, like, I caught at least one Kecleon, because I think once you beat all the Kecleons, they're just gone. And I feel like there's more that is like, that's like I know I only get one chance for it, so I'm gonna be sure to, you know, make sure I catch it when I can. But that's all I can think of. But yeah, not gonna use the Master Ball on Groudon because it's Latios, I think, or Latias. So yeah, I'm gonna be sure to save the Master Ball for that, because Scarlet and Violet taught me how much of a pain in the butt it can be to catch a legendary without the Master Ball. So, you know, Groudon is one thing, but a Pokemon that has like a 1 in 0.002% chance of spawning in on whatever given route, and you have to... Where's the hint? Why is there no hint here? Yeah, to say it more succinctly, Latios and Latias are really annoying to get to spawn. So, yeah, I'm just gonna save the Master Ball for if I decide to try to catch them. Catch them later. I did not want to do this level.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
I want to say that Sonic did Egg Carrier next. But the minecart's not there, so I'm gonna try to go this way. Because I want to say that's where Sonic went. No, door's closed. And you know, I'm still not even sure my Pokemon team, my current Pokemon team, is my final team that I want to be taking on the Elite Four with. Because I know my type range is not diverse enough. Like, I've got 2 normals, which I guess isn't really a problem. But I don't think it's a good idea either. It's probably not a good idea. And I probably shouldn't have 2 steel types either, but I feel like maybe... You know, they're tough. They're pretty resilient. So as long as I'm sure to stay away from, you know, ground and fire, which
Go to the mystic ruins. You might find something.
Thanks, Tikal. I'm so glad you were over in Station Square to tell me just to go back to where I was. Where you weren't. Oh right, we take the plane, right? We go on the we take a plane to go catch Eggman. I'm too busy talking. I forgot what cutscenes have played. Did the cutscene of the egg carrier rising out of the ground happen? I think it might have. Yeah, there we go. That's the place to go.
Sonic, wait here for a second.
And yeah, one of my normal types is basically just my... I don't want to say TM slave because I don't like how that sounds, and I've been treating my Linoon as better than that. You know, I have actually been using them in combat, so they're more than just that. They're more than just my TM donkey, TM pack mule, whatever nicer sounding term you want to use. What was that about? Somebody Blueby? Got it. I can't understand the song. But yeah, probably not taking that Linoon into the Elite Four. But then it's like, who would I want to replace him with? What would be worth training up? I was thinking a Torkoal, which, if I'm remembering Poulter's Emerald team right, I think he had a Torkoal. So it's probably not a bad idea. And I do want to just go into the Safari Zone and see what's there and see if anything catches my eye. I forget if Dark is good against Ghost. Because I do have that Mighty Anna. Spheal is definitely not coming with me, I can say that much. That's not a good idea. That's a Pokemon that I have around purely just for the HMs. Was I saying TMs before? I think I was saying TMs. It's HMs, I realize. They're different. Which, yeah, I'm definitely glad that eventually they changed HMs to just something that you can get Pokemon for. Like special Pokemon that don't have to be a part of your team. It's very nice. Because it's not a bad idea, but I just wish it wasn't moves. I wish it was just something your Pokemon just knew. Because it's not like a Pidgeotto doesn't know how to fly without knowing fly, you know? I shouldn't have to memorize that as an offensive move to be able to carry you around to places. But you know what? Instead of making it, I'm okay with them making it where you just get new Pokemon for it, completely unrelated Pokemon, non-combat Pokemon for things like that. Instead of them making it where it's just ingrained in a Pokemon's abilities. It's fine by me. And Scarlet and Violet did it in a fun way, where it's just one Pokemon that you get that just helps you with everything. And he's your ride buddy. He's your replacement for your bike. It's pretty neat, having him slowly get his abilities back, be able to climb and fly and run fast and stuff as you progress through one of the storylines. It's pretty neat. Nodo, set flashback. I feel like I'm missing items. I think Tails is supposed to have items at this point. Because I think they also show up in this cutscene, so it's, pretty glaring continuity error. Yeah, I think what I should do is when I'm going to seriously consider what I take into the Elite Four, I should look at their move lists and try to, if I can, figure out Pokemon that would be resistant to those moves. Because I think my Swampert, Marshtomp, who is now a Swampert, I think that's the name of it. He is fully evolved now. Should be, starters I believe are usually pretty good Pokemon when you train them up to the right level, get them on level with whatever you're taking on. So, yeah, Swampert should do well. I was sure to give him good type diversity with, a water move, a normal move, just in case, resistant to everything else. Got a ground move, and I got Ice Beam that I know is going to be useful in the Elite Four because one of them's a Dragon Leader. It's going to be, I believe all of his Pokemon are double weak, so 4 times effective. Ice would be 4 times effective on most of his Pokemon except for like 1 or 2. And then the... actually, no, I was gonna say, and then Champion has a Skarmory, which should be weak to Ice. But I think Steel is resistant to Ice, so maybe not? But I know it's super effective against Ice, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's resistant to Ice. Because it's not always a two-way street. Yeah, hopefully whatever I end up landing on... Oh, hey, I just happened to find a Chaos Emerald.
There's a Chaos Emerald!
Wow, what a stupid scene. Tails is just walking along and then... Hey, what are the 7 artifacts that we're trying to find? and then a frog comes by and steals it. But not just any frog. The frog. The important frog. Okay, I stepped on the thing and then went. Oh, I flushed the sand toilet. You know, in the bathroom. Sandhill sub game. Am I supposed to be here? I guess so. Just because I remember seeing people go through these rings, like I'm playing like I'm doing the pod racing minigame in Lego Star Wars. You know, I just now realized that the Safari Zone kind of is their way of, like, making up for Generation 3, not doing what Generation 2 did, where it just let you go to the entire last region. Because you know what? I'm okay with them not doing that in every single game. Like, that's a lot. I mean, if they're on the same console, I could see it being easier to just be like, hey, you know what? Here's the last... Remember the last region? Here it is again. You could just go there if you want. But yeah, not doing that in every game, I definitely understand. But, you know, it's probably pretty disappointing for Pokemon fans, especially ones who went through every single game, to have played the first one, and then you play the second one, and then it's like, hey, surprise, you love the first game so much, we'll let you do it again in the second one! And then the third one's just like, no, you only get this region. But, you know, they got the Safari Zone to kind of make up for it, where you can get Pokemon that's not really specific to that region. I think that's the idea, is you go there, and it could be like literally any Pokemon that exists that isn't like a legendary or pseudo-legendary. I say that like I know what a pseudo-legendary even is. Because to me, they're all, you know, any Pokemon that you can't catch more than one of is legendary. So then what's a pseudo-legendary? I don't know. I did it! I got the bolo tie!
You found the rhythm badge. To do continuous tail attacks, hold the action button down.
Oh yeah, I can do capoeira now. Whee! Look at me, I'm the Mariposa! Hi, Knuckles. So where am I going? I know I had the same problem before when it was other characters, and I'm having it again. Oh wait, don't you just go to the foot of the yeah, you find Tikal.
Servers are the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Hello there, friend. How are you?
Something I do find frustrating about the Safari Zone is that it's
something like
it's specifically designed where you're not using your Pokemon to catch the Pokemon. So it's not a method of leveling up your Pokemon while you look for other things that you want to use. So I'm definitely concerned about what the game may end up ending like. For as much as I enjoyed most of it, I'm a little worried that I will just have to grind. I will just straight up have to grind to be level enough to finish the game. But I haven't fully explored this final route, so I'm sure there's probably plenty of trainers to fight that should at least get me level enough to take on Groudon. And then from there, I should be able to finish the water gym, and then... I was gonna say, maybe just cross my fingers and hope I can make it through the Elite Four, but... Well, no, there is a Victory Road. I'm sure we'll have plenty of trainers that should get me a few levels at least. Oh, hey, I'm suddenly holding Froggy. And then a giant cat storms at me. He's like, don't touch that! And then I'm like, ah! Oh, sorry. And then I'm like, yikes! He just leapfrogged big. That's why they call it that! Wow, he actually got the emerald from Froggy. Somehow. Oh, so they're both just the tornado. Okay. Well, at least I know where I need to go because of that. To the tornado 2!
The time has come at last. This new plane should work a lot better. I've ironed out most of the problems.
Yeah, my face is like, there's a billion hairs all
So,
over it, and I'm
here
not talking
goes.
about my beard.
Emerald, do your stuff.
Well, you gotta put it in the thing first.
Here I come.
Oh, he has a second takeoff hatch. A second runway.
Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go.
I still cannot figure out what these lyrics are. Something about flying, of course. It's that part's pretty easy, but then something bloopy?
There you are. Get ahead. The egg carrier.
Hey, wait, isn't Sonic supposed to be with us? Where's Sonic at this point in the story? Oh, I guess he's over there. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's over there. He just finished that level. Meanwhile, I was sandboarding. Wait, isn't he supposed to have said something before about, we'll get Eggman, whatever the cost, and then we'll nail them? Because I remember making the joke about, like, well, apparently the cost of getting Eggman is one nail, because you're gonna nail him. And now we're playing totally not Star Fox. Which is true, it's totally not Star Fox. This is not... I mean, I don't want to diss this game, but let's be real, this is not as good as Star Fox. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Star Fox. Star Fox is a weird franchise when you look at it, because it's like, people adore Star Fox, but only like 2 games. And then everything else is like very hit or miss depending on who you ask. Because there's some people who like absolutely adore Star Fox 64, but then like everything else just doesn't exist to them. Like, and I don't understand why like, okay, I get Adventures definitely makes sense. That's definitely a game where it's like, did this really even need to be Star Fox? And I don't blame any Star Fox fan for not liking it. And then there's like Command on the DS that has, to my understanding, really bad writing at least most of the time. I think some parts of it are cool, but then other parts are just like really cheesy fan fiction. But I'm just going off of Tom Fox's Let's Play of that. But that's one I could see where it's like, yeah, you know what, this is... I could see people really hating the writing and thinking the gameplay is just okay. Because it's still not really Star Fox, it's kind of like some other thing that just happens to have some Star Fox gameplay mixed in. And then like Star Fox 1 and 2 are you know, they're on the Super Nintendo, so they're rough, to say the least. If your favorite game is Star Fox 64, you probably won't like the originals. You know, Star Fox 1, and then the surprise release Star Fox 2 that came out like 20 years after it was finished, or something like that. It's like, 64 definitely was my first Star Fox game. Because I played the 3DS remake. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then I'm like, okay, well, how about I try emulating the, Star Fox 1? Because it's like, good luck buying a legitimate copy. And it's just so rough to get used to going from 64, especially the 3D version, to that. Which is just like, what am I even looking at? I have no idea what any of this even is. What am I doing? What am I shooting at? What do I have targeted? And why is it not shooting? Why am I not shooting the targets? But Assault is one I don't get, because I've only seen, like, the first level. But, like, to my understanding, it's a hated game. But I don't know why people hate it. Because from what I played of the first level, it's like, this is Star Fox. Why do people hate this? And then of course there's Star Fox Zero, which that's another thing where I don't really get the hate. But I can understand people just not jiving with it because they just... Because, they tried to cram in the motion controls and the split screen thing, and some people... I don't want to say some people just didn't get it. Like you have to get something just to not like it. Because that is kind of a fallacy. It's like, oh, you just didn't get it, so therefore your opinion of disliking it is invalid. Like, no, I'm not going to be like that. Like, you don't have to get Star Fox Zero's... You don't have to have Star Fox Zero's controls click with you to play it and then realize, oh, I hate this. But that said, I think a lot of its hate is kind of undeserved. Just because, oh, the control scheme is different. I hate it. Although I did just remember that, like, okay, Star Fox 1 is the Lilat Wars. And then 64 remakes that. So it's the Lilat Wars again. Which I think makes sense, because like I said, Star Fox 1 is so hard to go back to. If you've played basically any other Star Fox. So, basically remaking that, I think is fine. Because, if you look at it through the right lens, Ocarina of Time is A Link to the Past, just retold. Sonic is very unimpressed.
I hate it when he doesn't listen to me.
That was a good laugh. That sounded funny. Well, he dared us. Now we gotta do it.
So, this must be the sky deck, huh?
I don't know. Are you in it yet? Is the... There. Yeah, there. Should have said that when the stage started. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense to say that. Ah, I'm fired from a cannon. I don't remember the level starting like that. Oh, right. I'm racing Sonic. Well... Yeah, I made it. To 10 feet to the left. Where you totally didn't expect me to go. Up. Oh. Speaking of not expecting me to go... Wait, did Sonic follow me? He followed me to my doom? He's stealing my rings and then immediately dropping them? I should have tried to take shortcuts that I don't know exist. Ah, where am I? Okay, here. Yeah, how about I go like this? Whoa, whoa, we're just careful now. Is this the right spot? Is this where it lets off, or am I going the right? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, now we're motoring. Checkpoint 2. Ugh, I especially shouldn't be trying to take shortcuts like that when I don't know how much stamina Tails has. I don't know how well he can fly. So I probably shouldn't be trying to fly places. Okay, I'm inside. I'm beating Sonic by a lot. He'll rubber band eventually, I'm sure. But I'm winning for now. But yeah, you know, I played through Star Fox Zero, and you know, I guess I'm not enough of a Star Fox fan to really have a valid opinion here. Because, you know, I like Star Fox. I don't love it. I think it's just all right. But I thought Zero was pretty cool. I like the transformation mechanic. I wish it was a little more in depth. Because it basically does just amount to, hey, you know this flying vehicle? It's a ground vehicle now. Whoa! And you know the ground vehicle? It can fly. Whoa! So I wish they did a little bit more of that and a little less of, you know, like, oh look, you can, if you look in the cockpit view, you could see different things. Like, it doesn't really get in the way that much, but it's like, I wish this was not the mechanic they thought was interesting. The transformations is the interesting thing. Is that Sonic? Is he trying to catch up and he's not? Yeah, I still can't believe that the level I game over on is the first one, and then everything else I'm just doing pretty good at. If I do say so myself, and I just did, so I guess I do.
Is that it? Sonic, we should check out the bridge.
Ah! Is that it? It's like he was pretending to get hurt, and then he's like, okay, are you done now? Whee! Spinning away! This was the right way to go, right? Because we go up here, and then we fight Chaos 6. Or was it Chaos 5? Yeah, here we go, cutscene. But you know one boss fight that I think is really, really bad in Zero because of the screen mechanic. Actually, not even because of the screen mechanic. It's because they expect you to use the screen mechanic to hit weak points while also dodging a periodic, basically screen nuke. So it's like you have to constantly fly. I want to say it's like fly in and out of range of that attack because it's always doing that attack. So of course you got to fly out of range of it, or else you'll get hit and die. I mean, it's not instant death, but you know it adds up. So you're flying in and out, you know, close enough to hit things, but then you got to fly out of range so you don't get hit by its screen nuke. And they also expect you to, like, you know, while you're flying around this thing, they expect you to use the cockpit view to shoot its weak points. And I don't blame the screen mechanic for that boss fight being awful. I blame the screen nuke. But the multi-screen thing definitely contributes to it being annoying. But the one complaint I don't get is, like, people are like, oh, but you have to look up and down constantly to play this game. It's so stupid. Like, no, you don't. You look on the one screen, and if you realize, oh, I can't see what I need, then you look on the other screen. And it's not like it's such a hard thing to look down. Like, I don't get people's complaint with that.
Please stop, Tails.
It's like, yeah, sure, it's probably a huge problem for people in neck braces, but
Get out of the way.
what percentage of Star Fox fans are stuck in neck braces while playing Star Fox Zero?
He helped me. Don't hurt him. Okay, if you say so. You have your reasons, I guess.
And I think Star Fox Zero had, like... So, of course, they have the R-Wing, and they have the Landmaster.
Ship is losing altitude.
And their abilities were, of course, flying vehicle that becomes a walking vehicle for ground, and ground vehicle that can become a sort of kind of flying vehicle. And then they have the I forget what it's called, but it's like a VTOL with its ability. It doesn't transform. Instead, it drops a drone, which I don't really like that vehicle. I don't think the drone's very interesting. But then they have I think there's a fourth vehicle that's exclusively to mission mode, and they never use it in story. But it's like, it's kind of cool. I'm picturing it as like the Actually, I can't even remember what it's called. I'm picturing a vehicle from Star Wars. That's like a clone transport vehicle, but I don't remember what its exact name is. All I remember is that I wanted the Lego set version of it, and I never got that. But I did get the Star Wars Transformer version of it that turned into Commander Cody. Which is like the only reason why I know who Commander Cody is because like that and the Lego set also came with a Commander Cody figure. And he was in Lego Star Wars, which I think he would be your player 2 when you're fighting General Grievous. Is there supposed to be no sound?
That's Eggman. I wonder
Okay.
what happened to Sonic.
I wonder what happened to Sonic. I'm trying to remember what did happen to Sonic. I know he jumped off the side.
And now my egg carrier is ruined. No matter. I will destroy Station Square anyway.
Oh, and then this is the part where we race Eggman to the end of a level. Oh no, I fell down. I don't know why I fell down. Oh, I got scared because of Eggman. He's gonna shoot a nuke!
If that missile is launched,
Yeah, Eggman's plan in this game kind of is really harebrained. So I guess his goal is to destroy the city to force people to want to live in his Eggman city? Which, you know, makes that part of the plan make more sense. Now that I realize, like, it's not just him building a city and hope people move in so he can be their boss. You know, so he can rule over everyone. He's trying to destroy the city.
No, it was a dud. I can't believe this.
But,
I'm going to
like,
deal with
I'm pretty sure if you nuke a city and there's, like, you know, not enough time for there to be any warning, you're just gonna kill everyone in the city, and there's not gonna be anyone left to move into your Eggman city. Also, you better hope people don't figure out that you're the one who threw the nuke, or else no one's gonna ever do anything with you ever again. You're gonna be the next most hated person in history for just suddenly nuking a town just to get them to move in so you can be mayor.
the fate of Station Square depends on me.
You know, I'm not even sure if you did build your own city and people moved in, I don't even think that would make you more powerful than the president. I think you would still be,
Changed a lot.
you know, under U.S. law.
But I can't depend on him forever.
You would at best be mayor
I know I can do this by myself.
or Congress state representative or something like that. I don't know. I don't know politics. I don't really care. I mean, I know they're important, but I still don't care. You know, agriculture is important. Do you see me going out learning how to plant a potato? No.
what? He's caught up.
But yeah, I guess that's why he's also trying to get chaos. You know, you get perfect chaos and have chaos destroy the city, and get people to move into his city so he can rule people. But that's really stupid. Because again, how does he know there's going to be any survivors, and how does he know any of the survivors are going to bother to go to his city? If anything, I feel like it would make more sense. Okay, cool. I suddenly did a loop, and I was going to do a second one, but then he decided not to. Okay. I'm not running fast enough for that to really feel satisfying. I feel like it would make more sense for him to wage war on some other country rather than blowing up some city in... Did Tails wolf?
You think you
He
can
died and went woof! Alright then.
He's caught up.
What? Yeah, I think it would make more sense to wage war on some other city, because, you know, cause refugees to flee from that country to flee the war you started. And then, like, oh, hey, just conveniently, I have this refugee camp city thing over here that all the refugees could be moving into. But even then, it's like, if you just because you got people to move into a city you built doesn't mean you're suddenly the God King president of everything. I mean, it could be a kind of like, well, no, I was gonna say it could be kind of like Rapture from BioShock. No, because that's not built in America. That's built in the ocean, where there's like maritime law. So technically, there is no law to Rapture. Or if there is, there's probably like, you know, some political reasons for like Andrew Ryan being the leader. But I think that was like his entire point, was that no one is above anyone in Rapture. So I could see there being no laws, which is how it became what it is. Because there were no laws saying, hey, don't do that. So then it just became awful. Yep, my controller again. Aw, man, game over. Thanks a lot, controller. Conveniently, I accidentally left the cable still plugged in because I was charging something else earlier. So that saved me a little bit of time, but I still got to go into Dolphin's controls here and switch controller to configure. Hi, you can see my mouse. Hello, hi. Oh. I didn't get to pick anything, but it decided for me. Then I'm going back to the title screen. Is that the right? No, that's not the right one. No, that's not it either. There it is. Close. Hi. Mouse on screen again. Yeah, I don't have all the BioShock lore, you know, completely accurate off the top of my head, but it's cool. I like BioShock lore. BioShock is a really good franchise that I am a fan of. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that. I just want to get back to where I was. Yeah, BioShock was like one instance that I can actually remember going out of my way to find the lore for things. So I forget what I was doing, but sorry, I had to scratch my nose. Ah. But there was one time where I was on the wiki and I was just basically I fell down a rabbit hole. I was like, okay, well, let me read how this works. Oh, okay, cool, that's interesting. Well, let me read about this. Oh, all right, that makes sense. That's pretty neat. You know, it's like, read about how the quote-unquote magic works, where it's like, you know, it's you use Eve to shoot plasmids, and you use Adam to gain the plasmids in the first place. So it's like, okay, well, let me read about all that. And then it's like, okay, well, it's just, Adam comes from sea slugs, and they're processed by putting them in orphan girl stomachs for some reason, but that's how it works. And it's like, oh, okay, well, so that's why that happens, and why the little sisters exist, and why, you know, slugs and Adam and stuff. But then it's like, you know, people go crazy trying to get more Adam, because here's the interesting thing about how things work in BioShock, is that, so you use the Adam to modify your body, but it's temporary. So you have to reapply, basically. But the problem is, every time you reapply, it costs more Adam. So it easily becomes an addiction, but just by the nature of how it works. You know, you have all these things that are promising, like, oh, use this tonic, and now you're super smart and super attractive. But then it wears off, and you're no longer super smart and no longer super attractive. So you want to reapply it because you want it to be permanent, and then you just have to keep getting more and more Adam. That's how you get the splicers. That's how you get those people who are going, you know, doing everything in their power to get more Adam, because they're just completely addicted to the stuff that they could do when they have Adam. Fly up, there, got it. Okay. Wow, it's like a maze of rings here. Except kind of not really, because they're whooshing me towards the next one. Okay, I missed a ring. It's good. I landed. Oh, good. And I made it to the end. Yeah! And I think, like, an actual thing of how Adam works is, like, so you use, like, cosmetic tonics. You know, you make your face different. You know, let's say you actually did take the become more attractive tonic. Well, then when it wears off, you become ugly. Like, worse than how you started. So that's completely true for the lore of the game. You know, all the enemies are splicers with messed up faces because they all took the become attractive tonics and it wore off and their faces became messed up. Oh yeah, this boss.
You fool. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I can do this.
And then, of course, by result of, you know, you generate Adam by putting slugs in orphans. And then people become addicted to the Adam. And they do anything in their power to get the Adam. Well, now those kids become targets. You know, they become big glaring targets for splicers to attack and try to take the Adam from. So now you need someone to protect the... What am I doing here? I gotta hit the... Ow. I gotta hit the glowy parts in the feet. So you gotta get protectors for your Adam generators. So, well, you know what? You know how the city was founded in the first place was they had these big... You know, they had these guys who were I think they were modified originally. Maybe that was something they did later when they discovered Adam. Because I remember Adam was something that they discovered while building Rapture. You know, completely by accident. So I think that was something they did later. But yeah, you have the Big Daddies are the ones who were building the city originally. And then, you know, the city's complete, so now they're kind of just handymen around. But they're not really that needed. So it's like, well, you know what? We got these big, strong construction worker guys with drills for arms that are super resilient because, you know, the pressure from being underwater, from under the ocean, they're built to resist that. So you know what? Let's have those guys be the guardians for the sea slug carrying orphans. It's like, it's stuff that when you read all of it and you hear it all laid out, it's like, huh, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. I was going to follow that up by saying, which is pretty cool. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, that's pretty cool, you know. But sometimes it's pretty cool, but it's not pretty cool, you know. Ow. And that's not even that's just talking about the background of BioShock. That's not even to talk about the stories themselves of like BioShock 1 and 2. I'm more iffy on Infinite because that's like it's not even Rapture anymore. They're doing it in a different place. But I guess it does still kind of follow some of the same trains of thought, I guess. You know, some guy builds a city so he can live how he wants to live, and then have other people who want to live the same way live with him. But it actually turns out to be horrible. But yeah, I like BioShock 1 and 2 more because they're in Rapture, and Rapture is a crazy place. And it's pretty well thought out, I would say. In my humble opinion of not really paying attention to games lore most of the time. Nope, stop. So you can you can do the spin and okay, yeah, whatever. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to beat this beady long legs. Or raging long legs, I guess, more appropriately. Maybe. Excuse me. But you know, that's what I get for fighting this with one Pikmin. 'Cause it takes forever. Oh, I'm supposed to hit the middle when he falls over. Okay. That's the part I was missing, but also somehow still hitting, not realizing that's what I had to do. Hang on, I need water. Whoa, it's a flamethrower. Do you also know Solar Beam? Are you gonna nuke me with Solar Beam out of nowhere? As well, like that freaking Soul Rock? Ow. See, that's why I wasn't thinking to hit him in the... Yeah! It's because I've been hit, because I would take damage from him. I don't understand the difference. You know, even knowing now that that's what I was supposed to be doing. You know, just then I go to hit him and I get hurt. I have no idea what the difference was between damaging him and damaging me.
I did it!
Mild celebration, yay.
I did it all by myself.
Yeah, what is Sonic doing? He's just lost in the ruins. Did he ran in circles like 3 times? Was that him trying to build up speed so he could fly away? Since when does Tails need speed to fly? He's a helicopter. Oh, that's the end of Tails? I thought he also fights Chaos 6 or whichever Chaos it is. Chaos 5.5. I'm sure they're probably supposed to be singing along, but you know I'm also pretty sure the lip sync is synced to the Japanese version of the game, so probably a different song. I suppose that would be worth looking up. Is looking up this scene in the Japanese version, see if it does sync up with the music better. Yeah! Now we got plenty of time to do the end of the game. Once the credits are done. Man, now is the part where I should be rambling about BioShock lore. Well, like, I guess I could continue rambling about BioShock lore. So, like, I know that... Well, I keep saying I know. And I don't. I believe that Big Daddies were former prisoners, I think? Or, you know, at the very least, when they were building Rapture, they were, you know, very cheap work. Is my assumption. Maybe some of them were ex-prisoners. And oh, I think I know what I'm thinking of. Is that when they, you know, okay, so they built Rapture and Big Daddies were people. And then they discovered the Atom Slug while building Rapture. And that allowed them to start doing the, you know, the atom stuff, the body modifications and whatnot. You know, the magic, but it's not really magic, it's science magic kind of stuff. Which probably sounds like I'm making fun of it, but I think it's fine. If you want your magic to be scientifically based, that's fine. It's cool, whatever. And then I believe when they started doing the modified Big Daddies with Adam, I think then they started using prisoners as test subjects. And then... yeah, it's like, I believe the Alphas were the first generation of modified Big Daddy that they were using to keep the little sisters safe. But then, of course, if you play BioShock 2, you know, that didn't really go so well. You know, trying to get them to actually care about the little sisters so that they protect them and not just wander off and, you know, leave them abandoned and be bad dads. They bound them a little too strong, and they kind of went crazy. And they would go crazy without their little sisters. They would rampage and stuff. And, yeah, then you get, like, Rosies and bouncers. You know, the functional Big Daddies that do their job right. And they're all mutant and stuff. And it's cool. Omnibus Japan, that's still is weird to me because it's like, isn't that a transportation system? What does that have to do with a Sega game? That's the hilarious idea to me. Is that someone in the, you know, they make a game and then in the credits they're just like, and thanks to the bus driver who got me to work every day, and the bus, you know, the bus company that guy worked for, and thank you for the gas supplier for giving that bus gas so I could get to work to make this game. Man, I'm sure I'm sure I was going somewhere really interesting with the Big Daddy lore, and I can't remember anything else from that. I guess that's fine because it looks like we're at the end of the credits, and I'm gonna take a break before we do the final part. But yeah, I thought there was something else cool I was remembering about Big Daddies to talk about. I know Infinite has the Songbird, and it's like, oh, the Songbird's basically BioShock Infinite's Big Daddy, and they're the same thing because the two universes communicated with each other. So Rapture and Columbia, the place of BioShock Infinite, were actually working together to make all the things, you know. And I don't like that. That's retconning that I don't like. That's basically, you know, retroactively making BioShock Infinite matter to the lore of BioShock 1 and 2 by interdimensional time travel portal universe hopping shenanigans. I think it's lame. It feels shoehorned to me, and I don't like it. Anyway, yeah, big time. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, let's get back to this. I remembered, just as I went on break, that wait, there was actually one little tidbit of lore from Bioshock Infinite that I think is pretty cool. That pertains to, you know, the two seemingly different two different universes being connected. Look, that comes from that, and that's so in Bioshock 1 and 2, to get your at least for your plasmids, your magic attacks, you have to inject them into your arm with a needle. Well, in Infinite, they're drinkables. So you just drink it, and there you go. You can shoot fire from your hand. You don't have to stick a needle in your arm to do it. Well, there is a lore reason why that is, and it's basically because the two universes connected, and that's how those things came to exist in the first place, both the injectables and the drinkables. Well, from interacting with each other, they discovered that the drinkables cost more atom, and they're more expensive to produce than the injectables. So that's why in Bioshock 1 and 2, they go with the injectables, because it's just cheaper. And then they're drinkable in Infinite, because, I don't know. Because why would you go with the expensive version, just because you're in a different universe? Especially if two universes have come together to realize that, oh, injectables are cheaper. I might have that a little mixed up, and I think that that they both existed first, and then the universes came together, and they compiled their research, and then discovered that the needles are cheaper. But yeah, that's one lore tidbit I do like. And I hope we eventually get Bioshock 4. Because I like Bioshock. I remember before Infinite came out, I remember them hyping up the changes, you know, or the decisions being really important. You know, having a lot of weights there, and like, oh, in this level you can blow up a lighthouse and it falls over and crushes your enemies, but it's gonna have like severe consequences later on. It's like, whoa. But then it came out, and it's not true. You can't do that. You can't just, you know, Red Faction guerrilla a lighthouse and then win. And actually, if I remember right, all the choices that the game gives you mean nothing, and it's supposed to be lore relevant because the story basically kind of does say just like, yeah, you know, your decisions, they don't mean anything, because in other universes, the other decision happens, so ultimately it doesn't matter which choice you pick, because they all happen.
Hey, no way! Who blew it this time?
Oh, I don't know, but we better hurry!
But I also can't remember a whole lot of choices in Infinite, aside from... Where am I going? I wasn't even paying attention. Who blew it this time, and then, I don't know. Tails didn't say. You know, why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. Alright, I guess I'll check out the jungle. Yeah, the only choice in Infinite I can remember existing is, you know, which choker does Elizabeth wear? And that's meaningless. That has no bearing on the story. Guess we're going to Angel Island? Because I remember the cutscene, and Knuckles is like, it's still falling. I better not be able to go into Sonic levels that don't mean anything to the story. I think I can. And that's stupid. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave. Is that Shadow? No, that's Mecha Sonic again. It kind of looked like Shadow. Okay, well, I'll try to find the, so I know there's a part of the level where you can go to Angel Island. I guess I'll try to go there. Oh, here's a cave. Oh, it's the sand toilet. I found it to Sonic by accident. Yeah, I definitely remember that there were I thought it was just Knuckles that did that. Apparently it's Sonic. The BioShock 1 had the only choice you could make was whether or not you kill the little sisters. And really the impact there, I don't remember how much it actually impacts the story, but basically mechanically it's just if you kill them you get more Adam, but if you don't kill them you get less Adam, but you get rewards every now and then from the little sisters themselves. Okay, not that way. Over here. And then in BioShock 2, you actually do have... There's like 3 characters you can choose to either kill or spare. And that also doesn't really mean much. It's kind of more just story. It's not even like good ending, bad ending. It's kind of just... This is how the little sisters will see you. It's either like a monster or a hero or something like that. Okay, where am I going? There's no spirit to help me find the way. Well, okay, I found the answer to will this let me go into Sonic stages that don't matter to the story. Yes. And that's stupid. Also, I think BioShock 2 does give you more, probably better rewards if you save the little sisters. Because that is a little bit more story relevant because you play as a Big Daddy in that one. So that's, you know, it's supposed to be your job to protect them. And there's also a very story relevant little sister in that game. That, you know, you basically spend the whole game trying to get her back. Did we take the plane then? Or am I supposed to go back to Station Square? Tikal isn't here and I have no idea where I'm going. See, this is what happens when you only experience this game from watching, you know, half watching other people play it and not really paying attention to them playing it to begin with. Whoa, don't fall off the stairs. Now, I can say for sure, one of the dumbest things you could do in BioShock 2 is to kill the little sisters immediately, because that gets you technically less Adam, because that game also has this mechanic where once you... Actually, wait, no, I think you're... Never mind, I don't think you can kill them until after that part. It has this mechanic where you basically just act like a normal Big Daddy, and you carry them around to set locations, they harvest from the corpses, you know, they recover Adam from people, you know. That's another thing that's like, wow, I didn't realize that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing, and that's pretty cool. So, like, if you've ever seen a little sister, they got that needle, and they basically just go up to a dead body, and they stick the needle in the body. They're recovering Adam. Those are, you know, dead splicers, and they're taking back the Adam. And they're making more Adam with it. They're recovering lost Adam, basically. They're recycling it. And you can do that in BioShock 2. You can follow your little sister around to corpses and get them to recycle Adam, and that gives you more Adam in return. And I was thinking, like, oh yeah, you can kill them before that, and that'd be stupid because you don't get as much Adam. No, I think it's when they're done, then you get to kill them. You know, that's when they give you the option. But it's been a while since I played that, so I don't fully remember. Okay, I'm gonna go open a guide because I'm stupid. I don't want to keep running around. Just get on with this. I gotta go to the pyramid. Which I don't think of as a pyramid, but apparently there's such a thing as square pyramids, which I guess is what they're called. So we're gonna go to a square pyramid. Turn this pyramid into a square-shaped pyramid. Whoop. Ah, I fell. I fell, tower. Reminds me of a post I saw on Reddit the other day, where someone walked into their Lego. They had this giant, and of course expensive because it's a lot of Lego, Eiffel Tower set, which is really neat and really cool for people who like, you know, building giant Lego models and then putting them on display. But someone made a post where they accidentally walked into. Wait, this is a level. This is not what I'm looking for. Is this not the pyramid area though? But anyway, yeah, someone walked into their Eiffel Tower accidentally and it fell and broke and stuff. And apparently, someone asked me, was like, how do you let that happen? And the answer was, I was high. So apparently, don't get high around your expensive and giant Lego sets. Long series of cutscenes, then you gain control of Sonic, run over the floating island near Red Mountain to find Eggman lying on the ground. The floating island near Red Mountain. I was already there! Yeah, okay, this would just be easier because I hate that I hate this jungle area of Mystic Ruins because it's annoying to navigate back to the ladder.
Select your character.
But it's not a mystery. It literally says right there, Supersonic. It's not a mystery. You don't have to go, I wonder who this could be. Yeah. Just skip the cutscene. Skip it. I was gonna comment on that picture. It's like, I bet you feel like a kaiju now, because you know, person walking into a tiny Eiffel Tower and breaking it probably feel like a giant, you know, a kaiju, a giant monster. But someone already beat me to that. Not that exact joke, but a similar one. No, not that way. No. Someone made a similar joke already about being a giant monster, so I didn't want to also make that joke.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Shut up, Station Square train. I'm not going to Station Square. I'm going to Red Mountain adjacent. My back is starting to hurt. I gotta adjust my microphone so I can sit back in my chair and not be hunched over and still be able to be audible. But it's all messed up. I should be doing this while the cutscene's playing. When I find Eggman collapsed on the island near Red Mountain. Hello, Eggman? Aren't you supposed to be around here? What the heck? Where is the stuff? The Eggman and the cutscene and... Hello? There he is. Jeez.
Sonic, sorry.
Knuckles and Eggman. What happened here?
He stole my Chaos Emeralds. And Chaos is still alive.
What?
Okay, there.
He's
I'm
not
sitting.
gonna get away with this.
Wait, hang on.
Hey, Eggman.
Still a little low.
wait up.
There.
fearsome beast. If he gets that last Chaos Emerald,
I keep saying I'm done adjusting, and then it's like, no, wait, no, I just need to move it over a little bit.
Tails?
Right.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good for you.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, jeez! It's so bright. Ah, I'm gonna go blind.
This place. It looks familiar.
Yeah, you've been
It's not
teleported
a
to here
dream
after
after
all.
all.
Before. I said after all because I was reading after all. Hate when that happens. And now for the final piece of the story puzzle of why this was burned down. I think, probably.
I won't obey!
We need those 7 emeralds to give us total power. It's power for the people. And they are your people too, you know. We must get that emerald.
Greed is our enemy. Once it starts, you will always want more. Please don't do this. I beg you.
Didn't the Sonic movie 2 have a plotline similar to this? About, like, the echidnas using the Chaos Emeralds to wage war. But then it's like, oh, well, you can't use the power of the emeralds because that makes your lust for power, and then you don't want to stop using emeralds, so we're going to lock them away. No, not the chows! No, they trampled the chows! No! Their lust for power has gone too far! I don't know why they had to trample the chows. Because it's not like they're stopping them from taking the emeralds. You just go around them. Not big. And then that's when chaos formed, I guess. Why is this on fire, by the way? That still doesn't make sense. They're here to take the emeralds, so why did they burn the place down? Or maybe their enemy was invading and put the temple on fire, and that's like, okay, it's the final straw. We need the emeralds to beat them.
Oh my gosh.
Wait up.
Didn't someone else already have this part of the flashback? Where she gets up and goes, no, no, no.
The 7 emeralds are the servers. Chaos is power enriched by the heart.
I guess it's supposed to be telling the whole story now. So it's giving you all the pieces, all the flashbacks at once in order.
The 7 emeralds can change our thoughts into power. If this emerald controls
That's a scary concept. Is thinking something and then it happens. Because thoughts are hard to control. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's hard to control what you're thinking about. So it would be very easy to accidentally,
Wake up!
accidentally cause something horrible to happen just because you thought it.
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
Tails' face.
Saying you're okay. You just Sonic conked out
He's so perturbed by Sonic having taken a nap, and then he's just like,
Come!
well, I'm glad you're okay.
The last emerald.
Lead the way.
It should still be on board the tornado too.
And now we go to the pyramid, I think. Right? Hang on. I will check the guide. In case the part about going to the pyramid is actually just like, you need to do the cutscenes to be... I mean, we find the emerald they're looking for. Chaos will come to steal it. That makes the 7th Chaos Emerald. Okay, so... Want to take out once again. Short cutscenes where you need to move Sonic closer to the shrine after each scene. Afterwards, Sonic will be transported back to Mystic Ruins where you need to go to the pyramid area. Okay, yes. So, pyramid time. Square pyramid. Ah, that's not a square pyramid! No! Okay, I'm fine. Speedrun tactic. Yeah, wait, no. Is this... Am I in the... Yeah! Speedrun tactic! I'm not dumb or clumsy or anything. I'm a cool guy who does cool things and speedruns sometimes. I don't actually. I don't speedrun. Closest thing to speedrunning I do is play through Metroid fast sometimes. And not even like speedrun times. Just like, yeah, I beat it in one sitting in like 2 hours, two and a half. It's kind of fast, I guess. Get in the cart. I did get pretty good times going through Dread. You know, replaying Dread.
Look, it's the
I think I did like 240 something
So let's get the
on
chaos
normal,
emerald.
and then I cut that down to like 230 on hard.
No.
Man, that's really stupid
Last
that
emerald.
Tails knowingly had an
What
emerald
do we do?
on his plane, and then he crashed the plane, and he's just like, well, okay, I'll just leave it there. I don't need the Chaos Emerald. It's not like we need to prevent Chaos from getting all 7 or something. Excuse me. Man, look at that! Look at that taxi performing a slow right turn, and now he stopped. He stopped during his right turn. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't stop there. No, you can't park there. Whoa, your head's on fire. Oh well, okay. Here comes the water, so I guess your head won't be on fire for long. If you couldn't tell, that was a song I was referencing. It's called "You're on Fire" by They Might Be Giants. But that's also funny because he's taking a right turn, and then he stops, and then a car comes up from behind him in the same lane and just kind of just goes around. It's like they animated that. They didn't have to have a car, you know, causing a disruption, and then the car behind them to just go around. But they animated that. They went out of the way to animate that. It's like in the prison when Amy is talking to Gamma and her skirt just starts flying up. It's like, they didn't need to animate that, and they did. I don't know why. I don't think anyone knows why. I don't even think the animator who was assigned to do that scene knows why that happened. It probably was a glitch. Oh no, it's a scary eyeball. You know, it's funny. I was thinking the stream was gonna be really short. And I was gonna be like, oh, well, I got to the end, but it's fine. I'll just stop here because the game's done, and I don't feel like doing anything else. So this is a short stream. I don't think it's gonna end up being a short stream. I think it's gonna be about average time. I mean, we're almost at 2 hours anyway, so yeah, that's the goal. It's Chaos 7, Sonic. Not Chaos 2. We're long past Chaos 2. Get with the picture. See, yeah, that's... Okay, now Eggman's plan makes less sense, because now that he has perfect chaos, and is destroying the city, which he was gonna do! He was gonna nuke the city! If Tails is telling the truth anyway, because that doesn't show up in anyone else's story, I don't think. He was gonna nuke the city, and then it's like, oh, well, Chaos 7 is destroying the city. So I guess I have to destroy it at all costs. 1 nail, that's how much it'll cost. Like, I don't get it. I guess the idea is he thought he could control Chaos, and he can't. And that's why he wants to destroy it. Because he realizes it's not going to stop at this city. It's going to destroy the world. And then he's going to eat me! That doesn't fit. I'm sorry. That wasn't... I shouldn't have made that joke because it doesn't make as much sense as it did in my head. Wow, whoa, plot twist. T-Call was T-Call the whole time. I can't believe it. I didn't know that. Haven't seen other people play this before. Man, that mouth is like a banana. It's just like peeling a banana, but there's no banana inside. It's just the peel. Just peel the peel twice. It's perfectly down the middle. Which you could like only do with a knife, I'm sure. Which is funny. I've seen monsters with multiple mouths, or like multiple flaps to their mouth. You know, like those guys from Halo that have like 4 mouths. Well, okay, I can't say they got 4 mouths. They got, 4 mouth flaps. 4, it's like mouth tentacle things that I think all have teeth on them.
Amy.
And I don't think they look like a banana. I've seen horror monsters. Wow, an empty emerald, thanks. The legendary 8th Black Chaos Emerald.
Chaos only
Oh,
uses
wait,
the
okay, yeah,
negative
more.
power of the emeralds.
Okay.
Sonic,
You know what?
you
I
have
actually
the
believe that. I
real power.
honestly, I do buy that he tapped into the negative power and the positive power. It was all that was left. Even though it looks like the emeralds are completely tapped out. But yeah, all right, it's fine. But yeah, I've seen horror monsters that are also designed to have like a mouth that has like multiple flaps to it. And I don't know, I don't see banana when I look at those. But for some reason, Perfect Chaos is just like, wow, that guy's got a banana mouth. He's got a flappy banana mouth. I've gone Super Saiyan. I mean Supersonic. Man, could you imagine if the Sonic series was like Dragon Ball, where they just kept introducing new powers and then eventually it just kind of becomes a parody of itself, where every power up is just like, oh no, I can't beat this guy. I guess I'll have to go Supersonic level 4. But Sonic, you can't go Supersonic level 4. Your body can't handle it. I have to do it, Knuckles. I have to go above and beyond. I can't just beat him with Supersonic level 3. I have to go Supersonic level 4. Even if it means I'll die. And then Sonic dies, but then they bring him back with the Chaos Emeralds. I wonder what Dragon Ball fans consider is the point where you should just stop watching Dragon Ball. If there even is such a point. Like, I'm sure, like, the big fans are just like, no, watch the whole thing. It's even if it gets stupid, it's still fun. And I'm sure it is. But I feel like there's probably a point where if you continue watching Dragon Ball, it just becomes ruined. Certain moments just become ruined. Because, here I go again, talking about overly sarcastic videos. Overly sarcastic production videos that I watched. They did a video on why the first time Goku goes Super Saiyan, why that was such an awesome moment. Did I just casually beat the game? Beat the final boss in 40 seconds, and I didn't even get to finish my train of thought? Or is there more? No, there's more. Okay. Of course it's not going to be that easy. And yeah, they talk about why that's such a big moment. And then, knowing all that stuff, and why that moment was so big and so meaningful the first time, it does kind of make me sad that eventually Super Saiyan, regular, just vanilla Super Saiyan, no God Mode level 8 or anything like that, no Kaioken times 4, just Super Saiyan, why that was so awesome the first time. But then eventually it just becomes nothing. I think my train of thought looped there, and when I was talking about all the different power-ups that they add on to Super Saiyan to make it Super Saiyan no longer mean anything. I lost my train of thought, and that then just started over. If that actually happened, I apologize. It's my goldfish brain. Am I not going fast enough? I think I'm not going fast enough. Well, he withered and died, so I win. No. He's unwithering over there. But yeah, as I was trying to say, and then I kept looping my train of thought. First time Super Saiyan happened, it was really cool. But now they've just gone so far with the power creep that Super Saiyan itself means nothing. Because people no longer are weak to, it doesn't beat anyone now. They have to go way beyond Super Saiyan just to do the normal fight. And then realize, oh no, I'm not strong enough. I need to go above and beyond. Dang it. Get the speed. Speed is key. Come on. Ah, man. Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot this drains rings as I power. So I do kind of have a time limit here. Excuse me. And I assume this is maybe, you know, once I drain this health bar, that's it. I want to say, because because I did the first part so easily, I'm assuming that's just the tutorial to get you used to the concept of the fight. And then now it's like, okay, yeah, you gotta go fast. You know, you gotta make like Sonic and go fast, because that's what he does. And if you don't go fast, you won't hurt him. Almost. So yeah, I wonder what the point is in Dragon Ball where, you know, to make Super Saiyan, you know, to make that first, allow that first Super Saiyan transformation to still be impactful. Like, is there a point where you can stop and then it's, you know, Super Saiyan still means something, but, you know, you're not just, like, stopping in the middle of something. You know, you're not just stopping in the middle of them fighting Majin Buu or something. That it's... I mean, I would assume that because of the way Dragon Ball works, that if I want Super Saiyan to still mean something, that I would just stop watching after the first season of Dragon Ball. Because I think that's the only way Super Saiyan is, you know, the first Super Saiyan transformation is still going to mean anything. Is to not watch anything past that.
When you reach maximum speed, you'll turn into a bolt of lightning. That's your chance to attack Chaos.
Is it? I didn't notice. I hadn't turned into a bolt of lightning or anything. So, am I still on that second phase, or is this back to the first? Because time started over, so I'm assuming it's back to the first, and it did not checkpoint me. But you know what? I'm pretty sure I can game over here as much as I want, and I'm not going to end the stream until I win, so... You can be as tough as you want to be, Chaos. I'm still going to beat you. Whee! But I guess basically what I'm wondering is, like, where is the point where Dragon Ball kind of loses its meaning and it does just become a parody of itself? Because, you know, for as much as I want Super Saiyan to still mean something by the end of my Dragon Ball watching experience, I do want to see other stuff, and it's probably not gonna, like I said, probably not gonna meet, you know, they're gonna go beyond that, you know, when the next bad guy comes up. But, you know, I'm wondering, like, where's the stuff where, like, where does it stop being meaningful and start just being something that's just a parody of itself and it's dragging on just because it's a huge franchise? Dude! Dude! Fish! Fish! Okay, I want to assume that as long as I hit one speed pad, I'm going fast enough. And as long as I don't hit anything on the way there, I should be going fast enough. So let's try to focus on that. This kind of reminds me of the ending of Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Ah, dang it. On the Mobius strip. Which I'd never heard of a Mobius strip before doing that. So I just thought it was the boss's name, not the name of the track. I was like, oh man, this is weird. Why is he called Mobius Strip? That's weird. I think it kind of is the same idea where you just gotta loop around and then at the right time you gotta be going fast. I said go fast, Sonic. Oh wait, ran out of rings. Oops. Hang on, let me change my seating position so I'm even more comfortable. Yeah. Perfect chaos. I could just book it down the middle, can't I? And I guess basically what I'm saying is I'm definitely not interested in modern Dragon Ball. You know, stuff with Beerus and the battle between universes and whoever loses gets destroyed. Like, yeah, I don't care. Sorry, but I don't. God dang it. Oh, come on. You hit the speed pad. Am I going fast enough? Oh, it's automatic. Okay, yeah. So I guess what I was saying was true. This is basically the tutorial. And then the next phase, you just have to realize that you need to go fast enough. Or you can game over like I did and have Tikal tell you that you have to be going fast. I also got to get rings. Can't forget that part. And of course, the obvious thing that this fight reminds me of is the final boss fight. You know, the true final boss fight of Shadow the Hedgehog. Where he goes Super Shadow. And it's kind of the same thing where, you know, you're draining rings. You got to make sure you have, you got to keep getting rings or else when you run out, you die. You're fighting like the ultimate big bad, whatever he was called. For as much as I like that game, I still don't even remember what the final boss was. Come on! I just remember it was one of the aliens. You know, the aliens that are supposed to be evil, so it's not really a spoiler to say that the final boss was an alien. I forget how you fight him, though. I want to say it's like you gotta hit specific meteors into him. Dang it, I clipped through the thing and I lost my speed! The jank is making me unable to beat the boss! The game doesn't want me to finish it! And I didn't get any rings there. Or there. Well, fine, I'll slow down to pick up rings there. Faster enough, go! Okay, so now I think I just have to hit him one more time. Like that Daft Punk song. One more time. Which, fun fact, did you know that, I forget what order they go in, but One More Time, Aerodynamic, and Digital Love are like a trilogy of songs that all flow into each other. I can't think of a whole lot of instances where that happens in albums. No! I'm gonna die again! No! Perfect chaos. Okay, there. I got 71 rings from that. Get some from the car. Dude. Gotcha. Dang, now I need other things to be on my mind. It sucks that we haven't gotten a new Sonic Riders since Free Riders. The Connect killed Sonic Riders. Which I get why that happens, but it's so lame when that happens to a franchise. When, you know, they do something really stupid with the game and then it doesn't sell well, and then they're like, well, I guess that franchise doesn't sell anymore, so we're not gonna do anything with it anymore. You know, like Chibi Robo. It's like, people want Chibi Robo, they just don't want Ziplash. Hey, how about I go around the building like that, so he can't get me with the whirlwinds or his laser mouth. And appropriately enough, I think that was also what happened with Star Fox, is that, you know, Zero underperformed their expectations, so they're probably not going to make another Star Fox again. But the problem isn't that people don't want Star Fox. They don't want Light Lab Wars again! But I can't say that because I think Miyamoto has also said that he just does not know what he wants to do with it. He doesn't have any idea where he wants to take Star Fox. Which, you know, as a creator, I understand, like, if, you know, you've got this IP and you don't know what you want to do with it, but, you know, it's not fully Miyamoto's thing, it's Nintendo's thing, so, you know, I don't feel like Miyamoto should be the final say in if there's gonna be another Star Fox, like, just because he doesn't know what he wants to do with it doesn't mean that there shouldn't be someone else coming in and be like, hey, I know what you could do with Star Fox. That really is the Nintendo problem, isn't it? Is that it's, you know, their strive for creativity is admirable, and I definitely respect it. But then you get moments like that where it's like, well, we're not gonna make a new game with this thing, with this property that people love. Until we have a new idea for it. But sometimes that new idea works and it's cool, you know, like the capture mechanic in Mario Odyssey. And sometimes it's really stupid and lame, like Chibi Robo Ziplash. It's like, people don't like Chibi Robo because he's a little robot with a plug. People like it because you get to play as a little robot and experience what it's like to be tiny. And clean things. While being tiny. And then you go and turn that into a 2D platformer that's all about throwing your plug around. It's like, well, I can't believe people don't like Chibi Robo anymore. And like I said, I think Star Fox Zero is fine. I like it. I wouldn't mind playing it again. But they definitely focused on the wrong idea. And you know, they should have made the two-screen thing optional and leaned into transformations. Yeah, thanks. Let's all thank Supersonic. You know, not the Sonic that's standing right next to you. No, that's a different person. Okay, now I'm lost again. So we beat Perfect Chaos, and he turned back into Chaos Zero. And then the Chow came back, and now Chaos is like, oh, well, I guess I don't need to rampage anymore. There's got to be a trope name for, like, when a city has been destroyed, and it seems like basically the hero's attempt to prevent all destruction from happening has failed. The hero's basically lost. But then the villain loses, and the heroes are still alive, so they're just like, yeah, we win! And it pretends like it's a happy ending, but, like, the city is still destroyed. Things are still awful. But, oh, well, Chaos is going to heaven, I guess. Happy ending. Oh, man, that reminds me of a Robot Chicken bit. Where this guy gets a massage. And then the masseuse is like, oh, happy ending. And then he's running. He's like, no, okay, no, I don't want a happy ending. Thank you. I'm good. Okay. And she's chasing him down. Like, just shouting happy ending, and then he falls downstairs and breaks his legs, and she's coming up on him. He's like, happy ending. Egg roll. Your massage comes with an egg roll. Happy ending. It's like, oh, okay, that's what you meant. Oh, cool. Egg roll, yeah. Legs are broken. That's what this ending's like. You fall downstairs, you break your legs. But it's okay, because you got an egg roll. Happy ending. Man, that's the part where I really need something to ramble about, because it's the credits again, for the 8th time. I might be off by one number. That's 7? Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big, Gamma. Yeah, 7th. 7th time. But credits for real! Yeah! I think it's funny that they put the credits at the end of every character's story, just in case you don't finish the game. Like, I understand not putting this around, you know, not putting this behind the final boss of, like, the 2D Sonic games, where you have to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. to beat the true final boss and for real beat the game. But like, this is a game that's very easy to get the true final boss for. Like, I don't even think you need the word true in front of it. It's the final boss. You play through all 6 stories, and then there you go. There's the final boss. Like, I didn't go out of my way for that. I just finished all the character stories. Except for that one level well, I mean, maybe not every character, but, you know, Tails had some levels, had his first level was frustrating to me because of the wind and blowing me around and like, okay, I'm not going to show you where to land. Good luck. You know, like I said earlier, when that happened. So I can't even say Biggs was the worst because I had one level of a bad time with Tails as well. And I can't even remember if I had a bad time with any other character. As much as I had a bad time with Biggs' ice level and Tails' first level. So yeah, not even you know, I didn't even struggle through Big the Cat story. It's just, you know, I struggled through one level and then I struggled through one level as Tails. And then for the rest of it I just kind of played. And there you go, final boss. So I don't think that they needed the credits after each character. I think they just assumed that you're going to pick your favorite character and beat their story and then put the game down and go do something else because you don't care. I mean, I guess that's fair. You know? Like, if this were a 2D Sonic game, I would only pick one character. I mean, okay. I have played through other games as other characters because it's like, you know, I enjoyed this game and I'll play those Knuckles. Sure, why not? But, you know, if the true final boss required me to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, especially if it's like Sonic Advance, where getting the Chaos Emeralds is a huge pain in the butt, like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight the final boss, and I'm gonna play through as Amy, and then if I feel like it, I'll play as Sonic and Knuckles and Tails. But this game, I don't think it needed the credits after every character. Because, you know, especially considering when it came out, like, I think that was more of an era where when you got a game, that was it. You got one game for Christmas, and that was it. You know, for a lot of kids anyway, I'm sure. Or you borrowed it from... Maybe that's what they were thinking. You know, they were assuming people would borrow it from a video store, like Blockbuster or something. So you would have it for a weekend, and then if you didn't beat the whole game, you know, if you didn't beat the whole game in a weekend, then you never saw Chaos, you know, you never saw Perfect Chaos. So I guess that's fair, putting the credits after every character, so that, you know, assuming that people would just borrow the game, beat their favorite character, and then have to return the game. But like I was saying before, I realized, like, oh yeah, renting games. I think a lot of people who got this game probably, like, did not have much else to play on especially on the Dreamcast, I'm sure. Well, okay, I can't say that. I don't know how many good games are on the Dreamcast, but I feel like probably not a whole lot. Although, here's another second guess for you. Well, you know, just because we have this modern idea of what were the good games on the Dreamcast, doesn't mean people only bought good games back then. You know, even nowadays, people buy bad games and they don't realize it's bad until they play it. Especially nowadays, where it can be so divisive. Like, you know, one person can get Elden Ring, like, man, this is the best game ever, and then someone else can get it and it's like, man, I can't beat one boss in this game, I hate it, and then never play it again. You know, they turn it into GameStop and get $2 for it. But I think ultimately I'm leaning on, yeah, back when this game came out, I feel like people probably got this game and maybe had like 2 other games for the Dreamcast. You know, never mind the quality of them. So I'm sure that most people who had this game very easily played through the whole thing. And even people who rented it probably, well, okay, you know, I guess, like, you know, maybe they also had to rent a memory card with it. Maybe they had to rent a whole Dreamcast to play it. But that aside, I'm sure most people played through the whole game. So I don't think you needed the credits for every character. Because it's not like there weren't other games that people would play and then not beat because they could only rent it. And, you know, that was their only way of playing through the game, and they couldn't finish it, so they never saw the credits. What about those developers? Why don't they get credit for the 2 hours people were able to play through it in their renting time? Or the 1 day. I don't know how long people used to rent for. I never rented games before. I bought them from library once.
Wait here for a second.
For a couple of times. But yeah, anyway, stop rambling. The credits are over. Thank you for watching. I don't know what I'm going to do next time because, you know, I don't like starting games on Fridays because then I have to wait the whole weekend to play more. But also, like, I'm not going to be able to play a game next Friday either, so that would just be, you know, I would start a game Monday and then just play Wednesday. And the Friday I'm going to be gone because there's a convention. I think, or maybe I'm off by a week. But yeah, I'll look at my calendar here. Yeah, next week I'll be gone. So I basically have this upcoming Friday. You know, the 3 days, and then I'm gonna miss a stream. So I don't know what I want to play. I think I'm just gonna pick something that I can screw around in for 3 different streams. And then when I get back from the convention, then we'll start, I don't know, whatever I feel like starting. Billy Hatcher, Sonic Adventure 2, I don't know. But this game's done, so thank you for watching me play through this game and be stupid, and bye.